Hello everybody and welcome back to another rebuild, and we're coming back to England where we will be taking on the challenge of Manchester City, with the challenge being to get them to win the treble once again, like they did back in 22-23, winning abundance of trophies in between time. This season they seem to be some way off the pace. The league especially, they are lying in 5th position, 58 points, a staggering at 21 points behind Liverpool. Now, the last time Liverpool did win the league, it was when Man City finished 2nd. That's not going to happen this season, I don't think. It possibly could, maybe, if the other teams drop off. We know how Arsenal like to drop off towards the end of seasons. Forest are doing particularly well, and Newcastle seem to get themselves up there and then take a few drops back. Same with Chelsea. Get to a really good position and then throw it away. Unlike with most other rebuilds I have done recently where we've gone for the one trophy or two, Man City, I feel like if you can't win a treble with a team like Man City or Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich, teams like that, then what sort of team can you win it with? But we are going to be giving ourselves our first transfer window as well, if we can afford anybody. We have got a budget of £30 million though, so that could come pretty handy just to bring in a player or two, with De Bruyne on the brink of moving or leaving. We need somebody to replace him. We are predicted to finish first, as we have done in the 4 previous seasons. Favoured formation. They do like the 1DM. I do like a 2DM, but I'm more going with recently where I found, like with big teams, a 4-2-4. Depending on what players we have got, I would like to do that. They don't use a cam as such, but we'll see what we have to play with. They have got a lot of loan obligations and one player in on loan, Hugo Viana. So first look at finance. So they have got 268 million. So going forward, we should have plenty of money to build an insane team to get this treble. This could be making of a very, very short video. Famous last words. So they have got a fair bit of wages. In fact, 500,000 in wages. Wow, goodness me, we can go mad here. Staffing, if that's where they are currently, it's no surprise they have dropped off into 5th position. Although they have got a very good medical staff, which is nice to see. So if we have a look at the previous wins, so they've only got 1 Champions League win in 2023. I thought they won it more times than that. I am very, very much mistaken. 10 Premiership wins, with 4 of them coming in the last 4 seasons. They got a Cup Winners' Cup, FA Cup. When was the last time they won that? In 23, obviously, because of the treble. Carabao Cup, when did they last win that one? 21. They've won that on a few occasions, 4 times on the bounce. They did like that trophy, actually, in the teens. And 6 Community Shields, which I have done, and not one since 2019, despite winning all them league wins as well. So our first look at the squad. Let's first of all, age. Rico Lewis, we know he's a cracking player, great potential, definitely one for the right back position. He can slot straight into the team. Savio at 20 years old as well, looks pretty decent as well. Is he left winger? Is he Savio? I think quite possibly. We may not need to come in for anybody. They've also got Couto, who is transferring to Dortmund in July. So he's not actually with us at the club currently, I don't think. Doku, 22-year-old striker, left winger as well. Belgium, doesn't look too bad as well. Gvardiol, 22 years old, left back. I just want to say he is. Can play centre back as well. 22 years old. I mean, they've got a cracking young side. I mean, Haaland, 23 years old, he is expected to bang in all the goals. Wow, look at his potential. I didn't realise his potential was nearly up to 200. Wow, that's superb. 23 years old as well. Wow, yeah. We can't lose, surely. I'd rather have 2 up front if that's the case. So Foden as well, again, high potential. A player that we want to get in there. If we have a look on the other side, though, we have got a lot of players 30 and above. Like Scott Carson, he's not really going to be getting any game time. Kyle Walker, he's out on loan. Gundogan, 33. De Bruyne, 33. At his potential, he is just superb. A master in the Man City lineup. Ortega, goalkeeper. We've got Edison as well, 30. So we will be looking at another goalkeeper. But he is going into his prime. So maybe he was still with us when we win this treble. I don't really want to be looking for another goalkeeper at this point. But again, there are some out there that we can potentially steal. Kovacic, 30 years old. Stones, 30. Bernardo Silva, Ake, 29 apiece. I mean, some very, very good players, but at the top end of their career and reaching their potential. And have we got any young goalkeepers? We haven't got any young goalkeepers. We've only got 3 and they're 30 and above, Edison being the youngest. So we only had one movement in the transfer window as it goes. We bring in Tchouaméni, 24-year-old midfielder, to replace Gundogan, and we need somebody else for the De Bruyne situation as well. As you can see, Gundogan is leaps ahead of Tchouaméni. I think for Tchouaméni is one for the future, and we're definitely going to hang on to him there. Whether or not he'll play in the DM role or the midfield role in the end when we change formation eventually, get him from Real Madrid. If you're going to start beating the rest, we need players from the best. So tactically, we're going to go with their said formation. I do think we need somebody left and right back possibly, but Lewis, I believe, will rise to the occasion anyway. Tchouaméni, we're going to lock him in as well. Vardahal as well. That being said, we'll pick our best 11, and it looks like this. Doesn't look bad at all, does it, actually? There's no reason why we cannot do the treble this first season. With that being said, the results have gone our way. We did pick up the Community Shield with a nice 3-0 victory over Manchester United. De Bruyne, Haaland and Foden. Then we pick up 2 wins, Villa and Brighton, and we draw 1-1 away at Liverpool at Anfield. We did take the lead through Lewis in that game as well, which is amazing. So currently we are lying in second position. We have been drawn against Atalanta, Benfica and Galatasaray. We've got Manchester United in the next round of the Carabao Cup, and we're not in the FA Cup just yet. So if we have a look at where we are predicted to finish, we are predicted to win the league. So we'll see how that goes. But don't forget, we want the treble, and that's when we will end the video. So let's jump into our first season and see how these guys get on. So season 1 finishes, and we have our first trophy. We win the league quite convincingly in the end, actually. 15 points despite drawing 2 of our last games as well. 97 goals scored, and we only conceded 23, which is absolutely amazing for that amount of games. But the question is, have we done the treble? Haaland gets the golden boot, as you probably would expect. 48 goals. I mean, that's just amazing. The best player in the league, most player of the matches. Edison gets 20 clean sheets, which is crazy. And Carvajal gets 15 assists. Not bad at all. Nowhere on the yellow cards, which is quite surprising. Most of my rebuilds, we always end up winning the yellow cards every season. We are in a run of 16 games without losing though, so that's good. So a quick look at the chain of events then. Any big scores in here? A couple of 4-0s, West Ham, Forest and Bournemouth. 3 on the bounce there. We did lose to Newcastle though, and Crystal Palace, and we lost to Liverpool. So from January onwards, we were unbeaten. But a 5-1 victory over Southampton. Anything huge? 4-1 Newcastle, 5-1 Ipswich. Nothing massive though. Southampton gets stuffed again, and we did draw with Manchester United and Spurs. Did we beat Manchester United earlier on? We did, away from home, 2-1. Nice. 2 late goals. The FA Cup, however, we get to the final, but we lost in extra time, 3-1. We had 2 injuries in that game as well. We took the leaders as well, which makes it even worse. But a good run all the same. Norwich 6-1, 4-0 West Brom, 5-1 West Ham, Newcastle 2-1. Then Arsenal pipping us to the post. So the treble cannot be done. We even get to the final of the Carabao as well, losing to Chelsea this time. We beat Manchester United 4-1. Haaland getting all 4 goals. Spurs 3-1, Leicester 2-0, Villa 5-3 over the 2 legs, and then 1-0. 54th minute goal by Mudryk of Chelsea. Wow, lost to both London clubs in the final. That's a bitter pill to swallow. The Champions League, we got to the next stage. We win 4 of our 6 games, losing 1 to Galatasaray, which is quite surprising. We did beat them and Benfica twice and Atalanta as well. Straight to the round of 16, we played Bologna and we beat them 4-3. Only just though, so we do progress. Quarterfinals, Real Madrid, and we battered them 4-2. 3-1 from the first leg. So we get to play either Inter Milan, Bayern Munich or PSG. And we played Inter Milan. We battered them 4-1 thanks to a second leg victory in 4-1 in fact. PSG beat Bayern Munich, so it is PSG in the final, of which we lose 2-0. Ouch. Again, another final. So looking on a whole, apart from the Community Shield and the league, a hat-trick of runners-up. We could have won everything. The quadruple, what's the 5? I don't know what 5 trophies is, but we could have won it all in this first season. 70 goals for Haaland. If we can hang on to him, which I'm thinking we may be doing, because he's contracted to 33. Goodness me. Well, I'll tell you one thing now. We will be winning it by then. I'm hoping in the next season or two, maybe. We do need to improve on a couple of players though. Grealish, 15 and 7. Well, that's a surprise. 13 and 15 for Foden. Doku, 13 and 10. 11 and 18 for De Bruyne. That will be his last season because I do believe he's going to Saudi Arabia. 19 assists for Carvajal. Wow, that is amazing. Silva got 13 assists. 12 assists for Tuchemini as well, which isn't too bad either. Rico Lewis, 6 assists. I did expect a bit more from him. Maybe we keep him or we just have him as a backup and bring in somebody just as good that can hit the ground running. And Edison, 47 and 64 with 31 clean sheets. So getting into next season, we need to improve because obviously we're losing a couple of big players and the finances are giving us, wow, okay, that's a lot of money. If we can't win it, the treble in the next season, wow, just throw some more. That's fantastic. Quite an eventful window, I must say. We sell £187 million worth of players. John Stones has gone to Al Ittihad for up to 100 million. Couldn't really say no. A year left on his contract. And at 29, 30 years old, I think that's a bargain. Jack Grealish has also gone up to 67 million. Again, we've got a couple of other players that we can use. And it just seemed a no-brainer, 67 million. Couto's gone to Dortmund for 30 million, and we lose our other goalkeeper Ortega as well for 13.75. A few out on loan. De Bruyne's gone to Saudi as well on a free. That was already done, and a couple of other players going out on loan. However, we do manage to spend £500 million. From Leverkusen for 91 million, our replacement for De Bruyne, Florian Wirtz. What more can I say? 22 years old, an absolutely fantastic player. I'm just surprised not a lot of Premiership clubs are coming for him. From Barcelona for 152 million, 26-year-old Ronald Araujo, defender, replacement for John Stones. Again, another fantastic young lad, 6'2", and plenty of yellows in this attributes listing. We spend a further 108 million on Yamal Musiala, left winger, cam, right, anywhere in that top half of the pitch. 22 years old. He's our replacement for Grealish. Again, looks absolutely fantastic. Foden, if he can't play on that left-hand side, then he can slot straight in. So it's going to be a battle between the two youngsters on that left-hand side. From Atalanta for 67 million, we're bringing Giorgio Scalvini, a defender. Felt like we needed another one. We have got Ake, although Ake keeps jumping ahead of him, so we're going to have to do something about that. But Ake is now into his 30s. Scalvini is only 21. For 44 million from Fiorentina, we're bringing Michael Coyote right back to challenge Lewis. And Akanji can play there as well, actually. I'm not sure if we've still got Akanji. I think we may have. So they'll be battling out between them. Again, another young player. And finally, from Porto, goalkeeper that I would recommend anybody picking up. 47 million. Fantastic. So he's going to be battling it out with Edison. Pair of them look absolutely outstanding. Edison's well into his 30s now. So it's only going to be a matter of time before someone offers us silly money, of which case we will accept, and we'll have 25 Costa to come straight in if he doesn't come straight in already. So after that £500 million spend, we have locked in Araujo in the defence. If we pick our best 11, oh, Musiala does come in, Foden on the right hand side, so no room for Silva. Although Silva comes down here, I'm going to lock Wirtz in there as well, because that's where I want him to be playing. Although Wirtz can play anywhere really, to be fair. And we have got a reasonable good side. Ake comes in, like I said, hence why we're locking a few players in. We've had a reasonable pre-season, and then the Community Shield, we lost that on penalties to Arsenal, who we can't score against because we drew with them later on in the league just before the window closed. But that was away from home as well, so that's not too bad. That is on the back of 3-3-0 victories. Haaland scoring in each game. He didn't score against Arsenal, so he has to start that sequence again. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Sturm Graz, Atalanta, Atletico Madrid, Red Star, Barcelona. Leverkusen, Antwerp and Galatasaray. We are currently lying top of the table. 3 wins and a draw. We are seeded top of the Champions League. And we've got Forest in the next round of the Carabao. And once again, are we predicted to finish top of the table? Yes, we are. And we've got less players in there now, which is quite annoying. Vinicius Junior's at Liverpool. You're having a laugh. Goodness me. And they've got Salah as well. Arsenal got Saliba, who we have been trying to sign at the back because we do want the best to try and win this treble. And Declan Rice and Odegaard. So them 3 were on priority, but we just couldn't edge them away. So let's jump into season 2 and let's see if we can get this treble this season. Right, season 2 starts where we left off really last season, although it was a lot closer. 90 points, equal with Spurs as well. We score 100 goals, 20 against, and still Spurs were coming at us. Only goal difference beating them to top spot. We did lose our way a little bit towards the end of drawing a loss in the last 5. Spurs lost 2 games, which inevitably cost them. But I'm just amazed. Did we lose to Spurs? We lost to Spurs twice and Liverpool. Haaland, 46 goals this season. Another golden boot to his name. We'll have a look if he's won the Ballon d'Or as well. Haaland, best player in the league. He doesn't get most player of the match awards, which is surprising. Saka, I still would like to bring Saka to the club as well. Another young player. Edison, 21, which suggests that Costa didn't really get much game time. Verts, 20 assists this season. It's insane. Ugarte, I wouldn't mind Ugarte to Man City as well, actually. I mean, these are some real good players here. So having a look at the league as it unfurled then, we started off with 3 wins and a draw without conceding a goal. And we didn't concede a goal until we lost to Liverpool right at the end of September, which is disappointing. With some other big scores, a 10-0 victory over Leicester there with Haaland netting 6 goals, a double hat-trick for him in that game. Insane stuff. A lot of 5s, including 5-0 win over Chelsea. Beat Newcastle, Palace, Leeds all by 5 goals. 7-2 over Bournemouth. Another high-scoring game. 5-0 over Wolves. We scored a lot. What happened in Leicester? The reverse. Only 2-0. The second leg has been done as well. We've just won the FA Cup, beating Everton 1-0 with Tuchemini getting the winner on the hour. And again, look at that, 27 shots to 6. We absolutely dominated, although possession was 50-50. Along the way though, we beat Brentford and Luton 4-1. We just get past Spurs on penalties. We smash Villa. We beat Chelsea 1-0. Musiala on the half hour. And then that excellent 1-0 victory over Everton. But we do pick up the domestic treble. The Carabao Cup is won this time. This time against Everton's Merseyside rivals Liverpool. 3-0. Liverpool have been really a struggle for us over this season, last season I think. But wow, a 3-0 victory in the final when it actually mattered is all that we can ask for. Could we be going on for a quadruple this season? That's an excellent second goal as well. Sorry, there was just a choke in there for a second. Holding back the tears of joy as we go and net a third one with Haaland being put through by Rodrigo. And that is a phenomenal goal. Forest we beat in the third round 2-0. Manchester United we win 2-1. Villa we smash 4-2. Newcastle 4-1. And 4-0. So 8-1 over the 2 legs. Amazing. And then that another famous final. So that's 3 trophies down. 3 trophies won. Roll on to the Champions League. So we do top the group. In the group stage, 8 for 8. Wow. I mean, then big scores. 5-1 Sturm Graz. 4-1 Galatasaray. Antwerp got hammered. Leverkusen. We just beat Barcelona. Atletico we smash. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty dominant. 4 teams unbeaten. Bayern, Leipzig and Inter Milan. But we only conceded 6 goals, scoring 29. So we go straight into the round of 16 where we played AC Milan and we beat them 3-2 thanks to a 3-0 second leg victory. Quarterfinals we played Bayern Munich and we smashed them 4-2 thanks to a 3-1 first leg. Next, we play either Arsenal, Real Madrid or Liverpool. The semis, we played Arsenal. We beat them 4-2. Now, Arsenal have been a pain in our side over the last seasons as well, standing in our way of winning everything, because this season we lost to them in the Charity Shield, I think it was, on penalties. So they did stop us gaining 4 or 5 trophies at this point. I can't remember, but we have no, it would have been 4 trophies, all the domestic trophies, but we do now play Liverpool, who beat Real Madrid to the Champions League final. So playing Liverpool in another final. Do they get the revenge on us? Probably not, and they don't actually. We beat them 3-2 after extra time. Vinicius Jr. put in Liverpool ahead very early on in the game, as we get 1 back through Musiala, I think it was. Good finish, and he does come in. He does nick the ball off the defender there, so Endo's standing around doing nothing. But Liverpool quickly gain the lead once again. I think it's a mistake this time with the back pass, which was to nobody really. Araujo just standing there. Vinicius Jr. with a second great goal into the top corner. So at this point, Liverpool thinking, yeah, we've done enough, but not to be undone, as we go forward once again, and Carvajal pulls it square for Wirtz to slot it into the other corner. So the extra time coming in, and Foden getting the winner in this one. So 3-2. The treble has been done. A quadruple season has been made again, and again another season where we see all finals. So great finish by Foden, but 3-2. Doesn't go to penalties, which I'm quite thankful for. 13-12 to shots, a lot closer. Possession again, almost 50-50. We do have the better of them by player, and player of the match, who was that this time round? In fact, was it any of our players? In fact, it might have been a Liverpool player, Vinicius Jr. Got player of the match with 2 goals in the final. But we win the treble like we did in 22-23, and the challenge is over. I have to admit, I didn't expect it to end this quickly. I expected probably one more season. But we can leave that to you guys if you want to take the file on it. I'll leave the link down in the description below, but you can't have this file with the players and the formation, etc. But we have a very, very good run in. So as you can see, quadruple done. Just a shame about the Community Shield, and we are in this Club World Championship. That way I might forward on, see what happens in this video, but for now let's have a look at the squad, of which Haaland 61 goals this season, 8 assists, 39 assists there for Wirtz. He's worth 133. He should be worth more than that, and he's only 23 as well. I mean, the side that we have got, even Musiala as well, worth up to 126. He got 17 and 10, 16 and 8 for Foden. Still got some game time. Silva did play 61 games though, 13 and 14 Araujo, 9 and 2, not bad. 11 assists for Rodri, 12 for Tchouaméni, Carvajal 17. The lads have done us proud. Even our goalkeepers, Costa did play 16 games. Edison 33 conceded in 50 with 29 clean sheets. Will you let him go if somebody big comes for him? I mean, he is wanted. PSG. There you go. So 90 million could be inbound or more. But you do have Costa. So I made sure we had him anyway. But that is a phenomenal team that we've just built inside 2 seasons. So finances, if you do decide to take this file, you will be given £240 million to spend to improve your side more and dominate more again. So just before we close off, we should have a look at the Club World Championships, where we finished top of our group, qualifying with Feyenoord after drawing with them 1-1 but beating Al Ittihad and Tunis 2-0 and 7-0. So that was nice. Feyenoord only beat them 4-1 and 3-0, so we did rather better. But Tunis taking quite a battering and being beat on all 3 occasions. So that put us into the next round, where we played Inter Miami and we beat them 2-0. Anybody else in this? Chelsea are in there and they went through. Any other clubs in there that no, really. Inter Milan go through. Real Madrid go through. Juventus bow out. Wow. Leipzig bow out, obviously losing to Chelsea. Bayern Munich go out as well to Ajax. Barcelona beat Feyenoord and PSG go through 5-0 comfortably. The quarterfinals, we go through again. This time we beat Ajax 3-0. And in the semis, we'll either play Real Madrid, who beat Inter Milan 4-3, or Chelsea, who beat FLA on penalties, or PSG, who knocked out Barcelona. So at the moment, the 2 English sides are still in it. The semi-finals, we played Real Madrid and we beat them 3-1, progressing to the final to play against PSG, who knocked out Chelsea convincingly 4-2. And a nice little ending to this very, very quick rebuild. We beat PSG 2-1. Despite going 1-0 down after 52 minutes, we rallied for the last 20 and we go ahead and win it 2-1. So like I say, nice little ending to this rebuild, winning the Club World Championships to go alongside our quadruple of trophies this season, which is absolutely amazing. And what a side we have built. Not as convincing as previous finals, but 12 shots to their 5. We had a better XG. Possession wasn't all there, and we just beat them on average rating as well, so probably deserved to win it. They just didn't have a clue what to do with the ball once they had it, and Dooku got man of the match, coming off the bench to score the equaliser. And I'm not sure whether he got the who got the assist. Silva got the assist for Ruben Diaz. So as always, we'll have a look at the records. I'll be amazed if we manage to beat any of them, but we do have now 2 Champions Leagues, 12 Premierships, which we have now won amazingly. Club World Championship we've just won, and FA Cup we have won that as well, and the Carabao Cup we've won also. So yeah, very nice to win lots of trophies, but the treble has been done. A quadruple of trophies this season, plus the Club World Championship. So like I say, records, let's have a quick butchers and see what we have got. Did we break any? I'm expecting the number of goals. Benfica 1.95 million Champions League group. I think we may have broken that record. Haaland, he did break that record in the first season, 70 goals. I mean, that's just amazing. Most league goals by a player in the season, 48. He did get 46 the season afterwards, which is amazing. I was going to check on the Ballon d'Or as well and see if he did win that one. But I don't think we won anything else. Or a couple. Most goals by a player in the match, Haaland, 6. He did get a break couple of them. Most assists, 39 by Wirtz. I mean, that is what a signing he is to replace De Bruyne. Haaland, most player of the match awards. Edison, most clean sheets. Yeah, we broke quite a lot. Sequences, most matches without conceding, 7. So that's pretty nice as well. And Arujo, 152 million was the most we spent on a player. And John Stones going to Al Ittihad for just over 100 million as well, going the other way. I'm not sure whether this is the one, the World Golden Ball. Is that the new one? I'm not sure. I'm having a look at seeing what else there is, and I can't see anything else. But Haaland, I think that must be going on goals. It must be. I'm not sure whether the World Player of the Year, Footballer of the Year, maybe. Haaland still wins it. 74 goals. Wow. I mean, it is just pretty good. It gets ahead of Rodrigo and Mbappe. But the golden ball, Mbappe again, and Griezmann. So like I say, it's a very, very quick one, this one. Our challenge was to win the treble. We have done that. We could have won it in the first season without buying anybody apart from Tuchemini. But we end up having another season. We lose a few players and we spend $500 million to bring in some new ones. And they did the trick. Wirtz, what a player. And Haaland, he's just a cheat code. I don't think it would be as easy with other big clubs, but I thought having the challenge of a treble would be quite difficult. Winning the league and the Champions League in the same season. You could possibly do it with the FA Cup if you're winning the league quite comfortably, but winning the Champions League as well, that is pretty difficult, and we did it in the second season. I'm quite shocked. So on the quickness of this rebuild, or should I say challenge, I do apologise, only 2 seasons, but it does mean that this save will be available if you want to take the tactic, which is a simple 4-3-3. It is just a basic one. We just changed a couple of positions, like from wing backs and Arujo playing in the ball, playing defender. But with the best 11, if we pick that, this is what you have. And I tell you what, it's a fantastic side. I'm very tempted to carry this save on. There's only Lewis that's letting the side down, really, to be fair. But he's still pretty good as well, isn't he? And obviously having all them games. Haaland's now injured, which is a pain, but he did score 2 in 2. I don't think we used him for the majority of that Club World Championship because of the injury. So like I said, this is where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching, as short as it may be. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see another challenge like this, but with another big team. Please let me know down in the comments. So like I say, this save will be available. I'll leave the link down in the description. And until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.